back again in the air, and welcome to it. Another broadcast brought to you courtesy of Government Communication and Information System, the GCIS, together with the Department of Justice and Constitutional Development. It's got 8 minutes after 6 o'clock. Welcome to it. And the name is Karabo Lance. Glad to be with you this evening. We continue with the program. It's a series, by the way, of 26 programs. And so far, this is episode number 5 that we're having under the umbrella of Justice, Live Your Rights Show. Let's Talk Justice, Live Your Rights Show. So delighted to have you in the studio. This evening, we're going to be talking about a subject where a lot of people actually think this is a private matter or a personal matter, but this is a criminal offense, really, and it's punishable by law. Government, through various departments, has introduced and implemented various pieces of legislation and support programs to help curb this phenomenon we're going to be talking about this evening. What is it exactly? Well, before I even tell you, let me just welcome our guest in the studio this evening, coming from the Gauteng Regional Office of Justice and Development. This is Mr. Matome Mudiba, and he's the Legal Administration Officer at the department. It's a very good evening to you, Matome. Thank you so much for having taken time to be with us this evening.
Thank you.
All right, there we go. I think they've missed that, eh, Matome?
All right.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, delighted to have you in the studio. I saw you were pretty excited coming through, and I couldn't wait for the show to start. So we're pretty excited to have you with us. 0800 142 446. That's 0800 142 446. It's a toll-free number if you're going to be calling from a landline. Otherwise, if you're calling from a cell phone, call in. We'll take your number down and we'll call you back. There's other ways in which you can be in touch with us this evening via Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. On Twitter, it's at DOJCD_ZA. Instagram at DOJCD. And on Facebook, it's the Department of Justice and Constitutional Development. What is it that we're going to be talking about this evening? Big question on your lips. All right, we're going to be talking about domestic violence. Right, and we're going to be exploring the Domestic Violence Act number 116 of 1998. So that's where we're going to be basing all our communication this evening. So domestic violence, that's what we're talking about. So, Mr. Mudiba, let's kick off. I'm sure a lot of listeners are looking forward to be engaging us in the show this evening. Domestic violence. What is domestic violence?
According to Domestic Violence Act of 1998, it is any form of abuse which include physical, sexual, emotional, psychological, or economical harassment. Further, it includes damage to property, stalking, entry into the property without the permission, any other abusive or controlling behavior where such conduct can cause harm or may result in harm to your health or safety or your well-being.
So that's the explanation of domestic violence that we have in this evening. Now, if you remember well, in season 2, we did touch on domestic violence. So I wouldn't want to do the normal way that we did it the last time. Otherwise, it's just duplication. And I think it's a waste of airtime, really, to do that. I would like us to talk about domestic violence in a way that it affects you the most. And I would like us to really, in fact, I would like to invite you as a listener that if you are a victim of domestic violence, that you speak up this evening. Look here, this is a platform for you where you can get help. Perhaps you've been trying to get help for a long, long time and you haven't been coming all right. I can tell you this now, when the guys are here, they'll be willing to help you out. So you don't even have to tell us who you are. You don't even have to mention where you're from. In fact, if you're a victim, you can just tell us the problem that you're encountering, and off air we'll take your details down and we'll put you together with people or somebody that can help you. 0800 142 446, 0800 142 446. So somebody can be asking, okay, but what are the main causes for domestic violence? I mean, does it just happen? Is it something that's very spontaneous? What are the main causes?
The main causes may normally start from the family, where in most instances we differ in ideas in the house. Remember, if the husband, and I will give an example where husband got paid today, and the husband decided not to go home. When he goes home, is Tuesday or Wednesday. So remember, there are other expenses that are waiting for the pay. Now, when the wife starts to question and say, "Hey, Papa Matume, where were you? You know we have planned 1, 2, 3. These are the challenges we have: school fees, electricity, grocery, and other things." At that time, because I don't want to explain myself to her. Now I will start by reacting. Why do you ask me such questions? Do I need to explain to you? Then that commotion starts. From there, after, if my explanation is not clear, because I know now that I'm in trouble, I had to react so that she cannot continue asking. Then they start. It can start physical, it can be emotional. When I say physical, we can fight, literally, beat her literally. Or when it becomes emotional, start to call her names. Now you want my money, you are not working, and all that stuff. So at that time, I'm trying to protect myself. Remember, at that time, she's there, need answers to say, how can we solve the problem before us, not for the fight.
Right. 0800 142 446 is very interesting, the example that you're giving, because I wanted to tie it up actually with alcohol and drug abuse, and to what extent, as far as your work is concerned and what you've seen so far, and maybe the reports that are coming into the department, to what extent do you find that alcohol and drug abuse play a role in terms of domestic violence?
Look, it's one of the contributing factors. On the example that I've given you, or we discussed just now, remember, I will take money on the payday, not coming back. Going to clubs, do whatever there. At the clubs is where we can meet drugs, we can meet alcohol, any type of illegal substances, and other things. So from there, they contribute to the family, because that the way they contribute negatively, not positively. Then I will in that, from where you see them affecting one individual, but now they cause a commotion in the community as a whole. First, when I get drugs, I get them, then they become addictive to me. When they are so addictive to me, it means I need to fit that habit. Fitting that habit, it means when I don't have money, what must I do? I must look for other things that I can sell. First, I will start with my asset, which are movable. Maybe start with the car. Sell that. Remember, at that time, I will not negotiate with my wife. Fella, just to get the habit, to get the sort. Then you take that, sell it. You don't look at the repercussions of the
start with the family,
values, and what you need is to get a fix at that time. When you go home, there is a challenge. Your kids are expelled from school. Then you have financial crisis. Some of the assets are being repossessed. What do? They contribute. From there, you resort in what? There is a chain now. There is court cases. Someone need maintenance. Someone need money for payment, that for credit agreements that were made for groceries, clothes, you name them. So all those, the creditors now are gunning after you. They will look, they want you. Now the court comes into play now. All those methods where everyone needs his money, civil procedure is coming in. Remember, at that time, there will be summons issued against
Of
you.
course, yeah.
Then the place to issue them is court.
Mhm.
Now, your wife is stranded, or one in the family we are stranded, we need maintenance. We can get advice to say, look, this is more serious than as it is. Because this husband of yours, if it's the 15th, you don't see Matome anymore, you are going to see Matome on the 21st.
When money is gone.
When the money is gone. But what about the services
Yeah.
that need to be paid? So now you go to court, approach the court to say, guys, I do have a problem. This is my expenses. I cannot afford. My partner is working in Department of Justice, is Matome Mudiba. Here are the particulars. Then the process starts. You see, now that drugs affects the family, affects your work,
Community, yeah.
the community as a whole. And after, if it's not in that way, we fight, then when we fight, remember, when we fight, whether the kids are here or what, we don't care at that time.
Yeah.
We expose the kids to the
violence in the family.
violence.
Which is something we cannot actually condone. In fact, I was going to come to that, Matome, now in a short bit and say, how are kids are affected in this type of thing, and how can they get assistance? But before we even maybe go there, let's take a caller quickly, because I see a lot of people are already wanting to be part of the show, to comment or ask questions. Let's speak to Mark. Mark is all the way from Peter Maritzburg in KZN. Good evening to you, Mark.
Sawubona futhi ngicela ukubingelela kuwena nabalaleli bonke kwemsakazo yomphakathi. Mina ngilalela kumgungundlovu no 7.6 FM, the sound of choice of KZN Capital.
Siyabonga Mark.
Lolu daba olunithintayo kudaba olubaluleke kakhulu ngoba mina nami ngomunye oyisisulu se-abuse engike ngahlukumezeka phambili, kodwa namanje still I had someone that I was in love with, so ngangasamdinga eduze kwami. And we actually ngahamba ngaya e-court ngiyofuna i-court order ukuthi angasondeli eduze kwami, and still namanje usaqhubeka usangihlukumeza, still coming back to me and entering where I stay. Angazi ukuthi what must I do, because if you go back to the police and tell them that I there's nothing that they are doing actually. So I just want to find out the way forward, how to do it.
Okay. Mark, how long has it been? Isikhathi esingakanani that you've received I think it should be a protection order, if I'm not mistaken. How long has it been?
Since last year.
And when you go back, emaphoyiseni bathini kuwe bathi bangeke bakhona ukunceda, why?
They take a part of the lady.
Are you going to the same police station all the time?
It's the same police station because they tell you to go to the police station that's nearest.
Okay. Mark, just from my side, maybe my guest will also contribute to that, but don't you think maybe you should change the approach quickly and then we're going to police station, we're all the time?
I will try. Ngizole ngizama ukuthi ngishintshe ngekwenye indawo mhlawumbe kodwa ngihambe nazo lezi zinto ngoba zikhona incwadi ekhona la ezisho ukuthi you are no longer exist to this person and you're still entering the premises.
Okay, le court order yakho Mark ithini in detail? Iyamtshela lo muntu ukuthi you're not allowed to be within this certain distance, you're not allowed to enter this premises with this address number. Ithini ke?
Yes, iyachaza lapho umsakazi ukuthi you are not awuvumelekile ukuthi u-enter kule premises and futhi ungasondeli eduze next to this person and you don't phone him anymore. So, and okunye futhi that's very stressing me. Doesn't want the key for the house where I stay.
Unayo key yalapho uhlala khona?
Yes, I actually even changed the locks. Yes.
Okay.
So I just on the way for the listen.
All right, Mark, what I've just suggested to you, maybe change the police station, but just listen on the radio. I'm going to have my guests also given a bit of an input there for you. But thank you so much for calling in, Ngiyabonga. So there we go. That's Mark from Peter Maritzburg in KZN. Your input there?
Look, if someone has contravened the protection order. Remember, first, those processes will be done where the first lap, it will be the application of protection order, where in those stages, first, after making the application, the order is regarded as interim order pending the date. It will
hearing.
be the hearing, which
Yeah.
will be 14 days
Uh-huh.
to come and explain why the
It should
order
be
should
instant.
not
Yeah.
be taken
Yeah.
final.
Okay.
So if you fail to come, then the order automatically is final court order, is binding.
If who fails to come? If the victim
if-
or the perpetrator
If the
fails to come.
perpetrator fails to appear,
Yeah.
to respond to the allegations. Remember, it will be the applicant and the respondent.
Say, for instance, the applicant it doesn't go on the time of the day or on the day of the hearing, and the perpetrator happens to go. What then? Is it just a normal postponement, or how does it happen?
It won't be postponed. If it will be postponed, they will need valid reasons, but normally it will be taken as a final order.
Even if the victim was not there, but the perpetrator was there.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Now, in this instance,
No, let me
All right.
clarify.
Okay.
Maybe I did. If the perpetrator is there and the victim is not there,
Yeah.
normally they will need the victims
to be there. Yeah.
to be there to hear the side of the story.
Right.
So it will be postponed because the person who has to explain what happened is
Is
not
not there.
there.
Yeah.
And the reasons might be, I'm ill,
Yeah.
I'm somewhere, those type of things.
Yeah.
But when the perpetrator
Is not there,
is not there,
but the victim is there.
but the victim is there, normally
It's a final order.
it's a final order. Unless the perpetrator come back with valid reasons
Why they
to
were not
say,
there on the day?
on this day, I was at work looking for the interviews, or I was
Somewhere else.
somewhere else. And if it's admission, illness, and so forth, medical.
Yeah.
If it's interview proof,
Yeah.
it will be required.
Okay.
So for the issue of saying the order is final and the perpetrator still violates the protection order. First, if you go to the police station and the police station fails to assist you, you can go back to the court with the prosecutor to say, look, there is this file, you are going to get the clerk of the court. The clerk of the court will normally take the file, prepare the file, enroll the matter to engage the prosecutor. The matter can be enrolled on the same day, where they will write, then a warrant of arrest, then the person is picked, then is brought to court for contravention of the protection order. It can be a fine, or it will depend with the magistrate.
But in Mark's instance, what he's battling with right now, he can actually go back to the court.
Yes.
Okay. Mark, maybe that's another thing. I've just said to you change police stations, but it looks like there's a more, I don't want to say aggressive way, but there's a more direct way in which you can deal with it, which is to go back to the courts, Mark. This person has actually contravened their order, and they'll take it from there. I think that's a clearer one that we can use there. Let's go to Tsepo. Tsepo calling from Northwest, Kotlegsdorp. Tsepo, Kotlegsdorp. Tsepo, Kotlegsdorp. Okay. Mabuti, Mossel Bay.
Molo Puti Kunjani.
Ndiyaphila kunjani tata?
Sirata Kora. I just want to find out how common is the domestic violence emsebenzini
Okay, how common is it at a workplace?
at work?
Okay,
Or is it possible by they call it domestic violence emsebenzini?
all right. Okay,
And then also in terms of family solution, ifumaneka kanjani?
all right. Ndiyabulela tata.
Ngosikhakhulu ukuthi.
All right, there we go. That's Mabuti from Mossel Bay. Vincent in Hammanskraal. Bra Vince? Vincent in Hammanskraal? Okay, I think we've lost Vincent there for a bit. We'll try to get him back. Okay, so domestic violence, can we link it to a workplace? Can we call it domestic violence if it happens at work?
Look, let's unpack. Domestic violence. It will be for people with relationship, either a partner or a married person. A partner, whether same sex or opposite sex, living together or not living together but having a baby together, sharing a responsibility of a baby, related, engaged, or sharing a residence together. So at work, unless the person has the relationship with a person, which is intimate
Marital
relation
the type of
thing,
Right.
then is when we can take it as a domestic violence.
But normal colleagues at work,
It's not domestic violence.
all right, there you have it, Mabuti. It's not domestic violence if it's at work. It's happening at the place of work unless you are related to that person and you've got a relationship with them intimately or otherwise. So there we go. We've got Vincent back. Is Vincent back? Vincent is not back. 0800 142. 0800 142. What is that number again? All of a sudden it's gone. Jeez, can you believe it? Oh man, it's been 4 years I've never, ever forgotten that number. There's another number in Cape Town. I've never forgotten it as well. Now all of a sudden I go blank. 0800 142 446. There we go. It just came now to my tongue. Oh, yeah, man. Instagram at DOJCD. Twitter at DOJ_ZA. On Facebook, it's the Department of Justice and Constitutional Development. We'll be taking your calls there as well. Is Vincent back at the moment? Is Vincent here? All right. It's a very good evening to you, Vincent. Okay. Is it Gigi? Gigi from Hanover Park. Good evening to you, Gigi.
Hi, Karabo. How are you?
I'm good in yourself, Gigi.
I am also good, Karabo. I just want to say I'm calling from Radio 786
Uh-huh.
in Hanover Park. I need to say there's so many domestic violence. And sometimes the police take so long to respond. So what I am asking, why is it always the women that must go look for a place? Why is it all the women must take the children and be on the run? What has happened to the men? Very seldom things happen to him. I'm going to listen on the radio, Karabo.
Thank you so much, Gigi. Appreciate it. Gigi calling all the way from Hanover Park. I really appreciate it. 6:30 it is. 0800 142 446. 0800 142 446. Let's see if we can answer the first one. Now, why police are taking so long to respond? Any ideas? Maybe there, Datamudiba? Maybe you've engaged them. They've explained why sometimes it's a bit tough for them to respond.
Look, there are various challenges. I cannot put my head on the block on that one. I will just say it will depend on challenges of particular areas. But as you know, we have serious constraints there and there. But if they don't respond, there are channels to follow. If it happens that in your area you report a case and whether domestic violence or anything, then they don't respond timeously, you have a right to engage, to go with it. At the station level, you phoned, then you can say, on this time and day I phoned, it was this time, the police didn't come, it was at this time, hours and so, but you go to their policeman, the station commander in that station to say I called, and secondly, maybe more people will come up and say, we are calling this station, we don't get joy, we don't get response. It will go to the cluster commander. From the cluster commander, it will go to the province. From the province is where you can you decide whether there is a unit specifically in the provinces, specifically dealing with complaints. Then from there, then the conduct can be investigated either by IPID, Independent Investigating Directorate Unit, relating to the actions of the conduct and actions of law enforcement.
Yeah.
So I think that is the way to go.
28 minutes before 7 o'clock. Welcome to it if you've just joined us. The name is Karabalance. The show is Let's Talk Justice, Live Your Rights show. It's under the Department of Justice and Constitutional Development. We've been going at it for almost about just over 30 minutes. And joining me in the studio is Mr. Matume Mudiba. He's the Legal Administration Officer at the Department of Justice and Constitutional Development here in Gauteng. So we're talking about domestic violence. And I would like you to be part of the show. 0800 142 446. That's 0800 142 446. Gigi mentioned something very important as well, and she's quite worried about the issue of women being the ones who are sent to places of safety. I don't know whether I should say, do men get sent to places of safety as well?
There is shelters that accommodate male in that regard. The challenge is we don't come forth and report those cases.
Yeah.
And remember, those places normally, the place of safety at that time, it's not a full-time arrangement. Maybe it's just for a shorter period when looking for alternative accommodation. If you feel that going to see Matume again is going to be a problem, when I'm still sorting the stuff and receiving counseling and other things, is when you go to shelters.
Right.
Remember, at the shelters, there will be other programs. There will be social workers dealing with social things with you.
Mm-hmm.
Then they will also further give advices. Whether do you want this matter to be reported to police and so on. Remember, some of the challenges that we are facing. The police get a case, is reported on Friday or Saturday. The person is arrested. Remember, on Monday, the perpetrator has to come to court.
Mm-hmm.
At that time, the prosecutor will look at the docket, the charge sheet, and so on. But at the ultimate end, the very same victim go on, prepare withdrawal statement.
Mm-hmm.
At that time is bad.
All right. I'll tell you what we're going to do, Matume. Let's try to keep it short with explanations maybe from here going forth. I'll tell you why. I'm actually looking at the board myself. I can see it from this side, and those lights are flashing like crazy. People are wanting to call it. Let's give them time to share their views as well. Let's go to Natasha. Natasha from Kelvinia.
Karamo, hi, how are you?
I'm good in yourself, Natasha.
No complaints, thanks. Good evening, Mr. Modiba. Listen, this is a very interesting topic. And I have for one question, I don't know if the guest can answer it.
Right, go for it.
If I take it for myself, if the guy in my life or the partner in my life raise his hand and want to hit me, I'm out the door. But not before telling my dad. So my question is, why do these people stay in these relationships? Why?
Okay. Why? Okay, I see. All right.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Natasha from Kelvinia. Vincent is back. I understand. Vincent? Bra Vince? Yes, sir. Good evening to you. What is your question or comment? Pap. Irra.
Mona, I would like to know with regards to people who maybe loud music day in, day out. The area music loud. Does that fall under domestic violence as well? And how do we remedy that? Maybe the same music until late. We're not supposed to go to work the following day.
So how do these people, all right, Vincent, but when I Vincent, but you don't get say man. So Bumaki, bro, Bumaki, yeah, yes, yeah.
whole lot of noise.
Yeah, ne ke nyaka o ibue bjale wena wa tshaba you must say ore o maki mo ba letsa mekonko ya bona iso then. Thank you so much, Vince. I appreciate it. You will definitely answer your question there. Let's go to Patco in Aliwal North. Patco, Aliwal North.
Ndathi waphela.
Ngiyaphila ndatu wena guy.
Hayi ndiyaphila ndiqhabaqhabe eqabule zinika.
Ule wayithola signal.
Lelo no, futa mo bulaya and then tsa bulaya le family ya hae. E ka ba ntho tse jwalo tsona di etswa jwang? E ka ba motho wa next door mohaitsane ya kgona a tsamaye ile yena a tsamaye o bula protection order o thibela motho yena a tlole o technisha a o tsiena a ntsa mtechnisha ka tsela yena e seng right.
All right, thank you so much, Patco. It's Patco from Takalani Community Radio. Let's go to Sekhukhune and we're chatting to Success. Sekhukhune go nebo. Success? Success was Sekhukhune. Palgaina. Ngo mutamishe wenu ga gro wenu ga bolele na ka.
Alright, karabo ne go polo
motho so o madi military e ngata ka kudu mara go di mga fa mo te a se go patela tšhelete ya gago le ga mo founela le gona ga fa fora di founu ya gago ngere ka re batho ma bone mo gore di violence e ka ba ya physically le emotionally le economically ngere gwalo e ka ba ntwa mohuto ana se go se handle jwang re jwang ke mga putšhe o bedi ya ka gore ngwana gago o gapeletsa gore o supporte ngwana gago mara ka mo ngwana gago wene o ntse o mo rekela se sengwe kgwedi ka kgwedi.
Well, I mean, okay, kya go kwa success. I've shown we are going to learn via coding ka net. But ke nyako tseba ye o fetang o ibutša ye ya pele ya bobedi ye o fetang o ibutšiša ke go a botsorna o ya o leka ga gore ba go gapeletša gane wena bo o rileng gane o tlogosa support gane
aowa kgwedi ka kgwedi nna ke mo rekela mo e le gore ke a kgona jwale yena o nyako nkiša koto gore ke tle ke support ngwane a ke tsebe rena o nyaka tšhelete ye ko ba gabotse o nyakang ka gobane nna ke monna se e le gore ke a kgona kgwedi ka kgwedi
ke tlo kgopela ge ya gore o ke o theletše mo radiong ya gago re tla bona re ya araba jwang putšheo a ke nyako re be nna go ke ya arabang ka gore re ile la bana le programming ya rena re bane le yona 2 days ago e be re bolela ka tsone taba tša maintenance ke nagana gore o ile wa fetwa ge e le gore mohlomongwe o ka nyaka gore o itheletše gona mo go YouTube fela re tla bona gore ya araba bang putšheo ya gago success.
Thank you, Karabo.
All right, 19 minutes just before 7 o'clock. 0800 142 446. That's 0800 142 446. Let's start here and go back. Let's start with success, and we'll go back over Patco and the rest. So, what must he do? Because he's saying I'm maintaining the child. No, we're not talking about maintenance, but you see, things like these, they contribute towards domestic violence because if we tell all the things they are so tense that they are emotional and eventually they are physical. So to avoid that, to avoid domestic violence coming from this, what can success do?
Look, it's simple. If two people sit and agree, if they don't agree, the court is there to decide for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I think success has a valid point, but the reality is we don't know how much is he affording this hand. Remember, sometimes from what I've observed, normally someone is taking, I will say my wife is taking me to maintenance court because he want to just to show me that she's not satisfied of other things. But she doesn't want to say out to me, to say them loud to me, to say, look, Matumi, you are giving me this much cannot afford what I need. Mm-hmm. And furthermore, the other party also, if she doesn't take it, she can go to court, apply, where they will look at the expenses between the mother and the father. Remember, if the father earns less or earns more, but dikoloto di whatever di jangwana. So ro lebelela hore na ge dikoloto tše ile tše dika in the meantime nga fetša matuma a fetša ola 5,000 a patela dikoloto tša 3,500 o ya ka bokae mmerekong.
So don't you
ya
think-
kaeng leng.
So just to be short, the best thing ya Matuma is he can approach the court himself.
Yes.
Ga be re bolela ka maintenance the other day, there was one important question ki ileng ka e botsisha ka re na nto ba e bitsang gore ke voluntary maintenance, how far can one go? And ba ile ba bolela gore even us Matuma, we can actually go ha kra on the men's side of things. Banna can actually go to maintenance court themselves, and they can go and approach the court and say, look, ke a patela every month, but go bona la ka re a ba thakgale ka mo well re bitšeng re tle tlo dula fase. So I think maybe, don't you think maybe that's another idea maybe?
It depends on the parties, but success if you feel out ya bela this thing.
Yeah.
Go to court bra, but the media, but adula, va adjudicate, va fetch a judgment.
Well ya gore motho o mo kolota tšhelete wa.
Ya issue ya motho wa mo kolota tšhelete. We have to look issue ya the duration. First, ke nako e ka motho a sa mo fe tšhelete back. Remember, if it's more than 3 years, you are at a loss. And remember, we have small claims court. If tšhelete ye motho wa o kolotang e le less than 15,000 o ya fase, o kaya wa o claim go small claims court. But o direla process ye simbolo ge o tseba matumo dula kae o bereka kae. Eba letter of demand. From there a pala ya ba di summons. From there commissioner adula tileja case ya lena. So I can go today most small claims.
Let's not go there because Renaliona program had the small claims. In fact, it was scheduled for today. Really, change because we felt this one is more domestic violence. But so in times to come, small claims court, and we'll explain then how it works. However, are
we can our property? It's not a solution.
Right, 0800 142 446. That's 0800 142 446. I see Tepo is back. Can I take Sivuile first, or should I take Tepo? Because Tepo was on air. Let's give Sivuile a chance. So Sivuile, good evening to you. Okay, Sivuile? Sivu? Okay, let's go to Tepo. Tepo in Tepo Klexdorp, how's it? Ndati. Rapila ndati wena okay? My mates and dad. My mates.
So far, I didn't make it domestic violence. And take out a Latinaka, the Kanga Tamaka like domestic violence. What the protection order, the protection order, and in that great protection order, Matu so I want to how do you like domestic violence? I want to go by Metaphilis, I want to Para, and the next. Bob Hagalo, but after the fact that the department are big because of the government school in Catalaya, and to Rosalea, to make it very because Helen Carata, Kuliama after the government. But after the school was a connotation because of the visitor on the Mahai, about Gina Lacatana. So, the teacher of collaborating department are these it is another committee, another committee, a committee.
Right.
I did in the Tavali, and I don't feel like I got an analysis because I can't take like a malapi. The repeat two council, the council, the same in negativity. So the problem. baruti ba kgona go di bona dilo tseo. So le department e kgone go involve gape le baruti thata baruti di tsena ba ditseleng ba kgone go bua le baruti ba kgone go bua le batho ditse gape di tsa di kgone go bua ba kgone go di bona.
Right. Okay, Tshepo, yeah, I've got it. Thank you so much. Let's try to be sweet and short. Yeah, Otareza, no, definitely. 12 minutes just before 7 o'clock. Let's try to be sweet and short as we go for it. Just to save time and to allow other people to come in. Yeah, more of a radio game. But it's not easy. It's not as easy as it sounds. There we go. So, Zvuil is back. Sivu?
Hello, Bude.
Yes, sir.
What are you doing?
The right tata kunjani?
Di right tata wam ka di man ka. Yitaka mati kama man. Imani ben kala ubuza ne pa epo stage ne kan buza ba utata ne.
Buza.
Yeah.
Hello? Yes.
Ya tata inga ke ya bona ndikumntu orange sa ngama plate ne. So inga ke ngoku ka bengena abantu bafuna ndibasayinele into namapolisa ne.
Yeah.
Bazawuhlala for inyanga ezingaphi. But xa bethe bamosha badamesa iflat yam baphuma before elaa xesha then xa ndibheka e-police station kude uwe osuppose uba aba bantu aba uyabazi uba ngaba basuka bakhangele wena but mna xa ndibakhupha mna before time bayafika amapolisa babuza ubakhupha ngabuni ungabanikanga notice ndike maka abandiniki notice nabo xa bephuma bavuka nje bahambe.
Safuyile, thank you so much. You're probably wondering why I'm giggling in the background. It's real, I can tell you now, man. The entire studio is laughing because it's different cases really, and different strokes for different folks. And this one is the first. This even our camera lady is laughing, I can tell you. So thank you so much. We'll see how we can approach that one. All right, so let's start with Tshepo. The average year of somebody, or on average, what age do people report domestic violence? Victims of domestic violence on average, how old are they? I think that's the best way to put it, really.
Look, I cannot say, because it comes from different ages.
Mm-hmm.
From kids till the age that you think, up to older person, or the older person in heaven or earth.
Mm-hmm.
So that one, we cannot just say up to 50 or 60. The more years you live, then is the more you get challenges. When you need help is when you do protection orders and other things.
Talking about protection order, Tshepo is actually worried that there are some cases where somebody's got a protection order, but that somebody end up dead because they get killed by whoever the victim is. He says, or he's asking, can't one just be arrested? If somebody's going to lay a charge and maybe batisha evidence forth, I'm laying a charge against Matome, right? But this is what Matome has done. Look at me. Look at how I look at my medical records as well, medical certificate and all of that stuff. So can't just one provide that type of evidence and somebody gets arrested instead of a protection order being issued and that somebody stays there and the other party stays there?
Look, at first, the person will have to decide whether to open a criminal case because of assaults and other things, or go to protection order. But it will be wise. Mm-hmm. It will depend on the situation and the person. Just go and open a criminal case, then the police will take it there, bail proceedings and other things, the court will take it from there. But it will depend on the person.
Right. And then your collaboration with the Department of Basic Education as far as information is concerned and the dissemination thereof, as well as a faith-based organizations, do you work with them? How far are you? What is happening on the ground?
Mostly I will refer to the relationship in Gauteng province, because we normally do sessions at schools, mm-hmm. like on Children's Rights Week. We go to schools, we go where churches do call us, we go, do presentation, they select topics. We go do presentations, even at the communities. Then if they call us, invite us, share the topics, we go there, participate in whatever. As long as it's something that we can assist, we'll be there to assist.
All right. And then Sivuyile. Sivuyile, man. I don't know how to tackle this one. But Sivuyile is worried, Matomi, you know. But renda away, and then when people do that, he makes them sign a document. Yeah, or they're renting there by him. But when they vandalize his property and they happen to leave even before the agreement that was signed for, they don't take steps in terms of considering the document that was signed. But yena uri barak before the signed date ya mo contracting ya bona. Mapolisa ba bona problem ele. Fela yena just steps when people have vandalized his property. You know, it's something wrong. Your comment on that?
My comment is for him to safeguard himself before entering into any other contract. Or when entering into a contract, a person must pay a deposit, or saying, should you decide to leave my property, I'm going to inspect. If it's 5 rand, you pay 5 rand for deposit, then 5 rand for the month. So that if you want to leave early because you've damaged whatever, you don't have a deposit. Mm-hmm. That's the solution.
All right. 0800 142 446, 0800 142 446. Thank you so much to those who are coming from Facebook. We'll see how we can answer those. I think I've got Mokwa Pietrus Letsatsi Molope. Can this sign mean domestic violence? Look at your act in ways that scare you. Control what you do, who you see or talk to, or where you go. Those comments, Cha Pietrus. We're not even around there, Matume.
Look, the relationship, Jarena, not as someone who's a presenter or first conduct Leona. If we can really go back to our Ubuntu sense, mm-hmm. then I think some of the challenges will be solved.
Right. And then thank you so much to Pauline Murungwa Makhoba. Pauline Uilar Rumela Mulaija on Facebook. Thank you so much there, Pauline. Beautiful and very informative show, guys. Keep it up. The guest in the studio is amazing. The public is getting help. Thank you so much. People are very, very happy in terms of what you guys are doing at the department. So we really thank you so much, Pauline. I think this Pauline is somebody that I know. Maybe I shouldn't even mention it on the radio because I'm exposed. Somebody no longer now on the other side of the entertainment world. TV jabon. So 0800 142 444. We're not taking any callers anymore. All right, we're not going to be taking any callers anymore. But 2 last questions, really. A protection order. Apply for those who don't know. Maybe it's a victim. As we speak, they don't know how to approach the court. What are the steps they have to take in leading up to the application of the protection order?
All right. First, when you go there, you'll get a clerk of the court in the domestic section who will assist you, give you the forms there, complete the affidavit, open a file, give the file numbers, then issue it. From there, the other parties is served. From there, they will say, come to the court on this day, on that day. Then they give a policeman. Say, go to the policeman, go and serve the person. Then they serve, they sign. If Madume refuse, who are now sign.
Yeah, which is another thing I wanted to ask you. I feel like Pampiri, but be more. So,
whoever is serving, utwandor angwale to the return that matumo no
no
sign.
sign.
Because if it go court magistrate a check a file yela, utlo check out na, muto sign na over, is he informed?
Eh.
Then agra note yauri
Sign.
sign then erauri anya go gwasilo, then the order will be final.
Really?
Yes. Because remember at that
But
time,
if the reason why as a sign, because we must be very careful. You must be very careful, right? Domestic violence is a no. But you want to learn about what the to their advantage. Okay? Moto agat domestic violence and you go swing.
no but remember, kana kwe ya matomo domestic file diriwa. I read the allegations jedi bulelwang the final.
Ereta
Eka we explain o ga neche jedi bulejwing ka wena. So ge wena o gana guilty conscious.
really?
Really, yeah.
Okay.
So, but if we're now clear, to clear up at the mess. Then at that time, after magistrate to level, I verify information. So the very duty, Otana Lenalo and not duty magistrate. Abujisha. Emre na matume talusa story sao. Do you know this lady request CNN and other stuff? From there, it abeli shiri. Otaba adirang atoma bulela or no. It should not be like this. 1, 2, 3, anyake. 1, 2, 3. Then kiam granta order final.
Right.
Then if I final order. Remember, from that time is never final. You cannot just decide today because we are now in a happy mood, go to court and cancel.
Can you go na you? That's another one that I want to talk to you about. In fact, it's another one that I would like you to speak to the listeners about. Issue ya the victims, jailong or no obtain a restraining order or a protection order. Come by after a couple of days, by cancel. Your plea to them. What from the department? What is it? What's your advice?
Look, I will say protection order is not negotiable. It will stay till someone dies. Whether we are in a happy mood or what, protection order try to solve issues. Not to say don't stay together, but to say, look, ntate matrum ore a right, 1, 2, 3. That's the main purpose. So remember, only for case here domestic violence, we would do today. You would do today. Tomorrow I appear in court because Matumike Naviang is the sole breadwinner. You decide to cancel. Some of the prosecutors won't just withdraw the case from the roll. They will rather prefer to enroll the perpetrator to a program which will be under supervision like the AA, the NICROS, and those projects that they go and check your behavior, anger management, and those things. So that after a certain time, when you come back, there will be a report and certificate to say maybe 1, 2, 3 was affecting him. We think or change it.
Yeah.
Then is when no go, but you are want. If you come back here, now we will deal with you.
Right. Thank you so much for that. That's my guest in the studio coming from the regional office of the Department of Justice and Constitutional Development. He's a legal administration officer. His name came out to Mudiba. Thank you so much. Domestic violence. Thank you so much. There we go. Mr. Mudiba here. Thank you so much to the crew for this evening. And apologies really to Tami, to Viwe, to Marvin, to Musa, to Stribo, Apologies to you guys for not being able to come through. It was a jam-packed show. Callers calling in left, right, middle, center, bottom right. All right. Thank you so much to the sound engineer for this evening. His name Kemosoto Stone, doing an amazing job. 3 days in a row. My goodness. Can you believe it? That's how hard he's been working, man. He's very tired. He's not the only one that's tired. You should see how Linda walks. He's the type of guy when he walks through the corridors, he does it in 40 kilometers an hour. Today, now at 17. Then you know, Linda Mazibu on telephones. Thank you so much. And of course, the rose among the thorns, holding the video camera on our side. Hey man, you want to talk about women empowerment? Come and see it live here. It's happening here at GCIS. We're talking about Usis Nobu. And Usis Nobu has actually protected me in the PE. He was telling me, you should not even go there. Taking care of me there. So thank you so much, Nobu, from our video department. And of course, the man who puts it together, who makes sure that everything makes sense. He's short, actually. His name is Victor Pala. Thank you so much, Mavik. Thank you for your job. Well done. From myself, Karabalance. Okay, here's not advice, but information. We're going to be having another show in the next coming 15 minutes, all right? But please note this. The stations who are taking part in that show that's coming now, it's the Department of Tourism show that's going to take place in the next 15 minutes. Stations that will be taking part, you have been sent a notification that you are taking part. If you have not received that notification, please would like to ask you not to take that program. If you do it, you'll be doing it in your own accord, and we'll be very delighted that you do, actually, just for the information to reach out to your listeners. However, financial implications, we won't be able to you know what I'm saying. Okay. So if you haven't received a notification from your GCIS correspondent, please do not take the show that's coming in the next 15 minutes. From myself, Karabalance, ciao for now. Let's meet again in 15 if you are taking part. That is.